Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Blue Couch Therapy. This is the third video that we are recording today on March the 4th. We are going for a three-peat, guys, back to back to back. So the topic of today's discussion is going to be let go and let God. We talk about this a lot on the channel. I know I talk about this a lot on the channel because that's what I'm doing, is I'm letting go and I'm letting God. And I think that it's important for me. I make these videos for myself. I make them for you guys, but sometimes I just feel like this is just my diary that I just speak with you guys directly. So it's like, let go and let God. And by God, whatever you believe. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, try to push anything on you. I'm just saying, let go and let God. Because the more you're able to let go and allow the universe and allow the Most High to work in your life, you're going to see things become easier for you. So it's like, instead of trying to take your paddle and go upstream, you know, using your left brain to try to like go up here, I gotta work 3 jobs, I gotta hustle, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's like, just go with the flow. Just go with the flow, you know? So that's what I'm doing right now. Within these last what has it been, maybe 3 months, November, December, January, February, 4 months, I just been letting go and letting God. I left my last job, I think it was November the 22nd, and I've been doing my own thing ever since. And the funny thing about it is that, like, money's been here, money's been coming into my life. Honestly, I always want more, but you can only have whatever you have. So in this time, it's just like, what's really draining me is like high interest loans, high interest credit products that I've got to pay back. Those are the things that are really draining me. But beyond that, it's like, whatever. And like I say, it's like, you're not underdeveloped, you're overexploited. I said in a previous video, is like, these companies are practicing usury on us. You know, they're using exorbitant rates. And if we talked about this in the Trump video, but it's like, if the government really cared about you, why would they allow that? Why would they allow for a company to charge you 65% interest, 30% interest, 19% interest? So, you know, you have to think that, like, they're not looking out for your best interest. They're not looking out for your best interest. Deuteronomy tells us, is it Deuteronomy? To be the borrower, not to be the lender, not the borrower, you know? So at the same time, it's just kind of like, I'm seeing all these things. I'm understanding all these things. And I'm just working to get out of it finally. You know what I'm saying? I'm working to get rid of these things, these strongholds, what they may refer to. One yoke at a time. I'm removing them one yoke at a time. And in this time process, I'm just waiting, because God has already shown me. God has already shown me the vision. He's already shown me the truth, and he's shown me where I'm gonna go. So I can't be afraid. I can't be afraid. You know, John chapter 14 is the one that I've been recommending. That's been on my heart recently. And it's essentially just talking about, let your heart not be troubled. So it's like, let go and let God. You can't say that you trust God, you believe in the process, you know this is, you know, you have faith, and then at the end of the day, you're like biting your fingernails, and because you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen, I don't know where the money's gonna come from or whatever. Bros and girl bros, I'm talking to you guys with like 1 month's worth of savings. I'm gonna go circulate some money today and pay some phone bills and do a bunch of things later today. But it's like, beyond that, it's like, I don't know where the money's going to come from. But do I fear that it's going to be that I'm going to die? No man, take my life, you know? And at the end of the day, even if so, I lay it down and I pick it up again. And I say all this to say that it's just like, I'm just choosing to not live in fear. I'm just choosing to not live in fear and just kind of seeing whatever happens, knowing that I am safe, knowing that everything is working out for my greater good, and knowing that everything is taking me where it needs to go. So all in all, I just encourage you guys to live that same, Like, my message is simple, guys. I live my life without fear to encourage you guys that you can do the same. So in all things, it's just a matter of being mindful. It's just a matter of being mindful of the things that you don't want in order for you to start understanding the things that you do want. So it's like, if you think about when you start to get that Aggie feeling in your spirit about like what can happen, start to think about all the things that you thought about, all the things that you thought bad would happen that ended up happening. I was talking to my student yesterday, and he was talking about what he's experiencing now. He thought about it before. When I got my car, I was worried about a flat tire. I was so worried about getting a flat tire. That was the way I was thinking about, oh, I want to get a flat. And then I got a flat, you know? So we are what we think about. We are what we think about most of the time. I think that's, As a Man Thinketh, Alan something. I don't remember the last name, but Alan, As a Man Thinketh. So it's like, as you think in your heart, so will be. And I know I've been thinking about the abundance. I've been thinking about the tour. I've been thinking about the grandiose, and the fact that, like, I'm just allowing it. Because even as we talk about, in the previous video, you guys can see, we talked about Trump and the tariffs, and it's like, well, What about the money? What about the economy? What about, and the funny thing about it is like they put money under water law for you to use. Today it's raining as a reminder for me that it's like they put money under water law. It's all energy. It's all energies for that you can use, for you to use in order for you to circulate and make your life easier. It's just a tool. It's just a tool to make life happen, you know? It's not a matter, it's not like something that you have to save. It's not a matter of, you know, because it's like we talk about the fact that energy, if you think about it from an electrical perspective, you know, I think you can store electricity. I'm not sure. Somebody, an electrician, tell me if you can do that. But you have to have the circuit board. You have to have, the energy has to be circulating constantly for the things to work. If you overload it, things can burn out and then it can break. But it's like, if you talk about the electricity, it's only valuable, it's only really useful when it's being used, you know? So it's like, if you think about the energy, it doesn't make any use to just sit there in a vat, you know? The only time that it's useful is when it's in the system, on the grid, and then it's only really useful when you plug in your TV and you turn it on. So if you think about money in the same kind of way, it's only useful, or its only use is to make your life easier, and its only use is to make your life easier and allow things to grow. Because they talk about, there's a funny quote that it goes like, money is like manure. If you stack it up in a pile, it smells like shit, but if you move it around, it makes things grow. So that's what I'm really just trying to utilize with this remainder of funds that I currently have access to at this time. I know more is coming. It always seems as though like whenever I'm out, that's when more comes in, you know? And yeah, and more comes in. So that's where I'm just saying to myself, guys, that like I'm optimistic about these things. I'm not even let it phase my heart anymore like I used to. So what can you do? What can you do besides just like hold out? You know, what can you do besides just trust in the faith? Test yourself, you know, and see if you're in the faith. Test yourself and see if you're in the faith. So that's why I'm like to myself, because I wanted to hold on to the money that I had, but then I'm like to myself, no, even the Bible tells you to test yourself, see if you're in the faith. So I'm gonna go circulate the money, guys, so it can come back to me, and then people can stop calling me, asking me for more money. Okay? So with that, guys, I bid you guys a farewell, and I just say, let go and let God, man. Let go of all these things that you think you have to hold on to, and these old ways of thinking, these thought processes and patterns, these limiting beliefs, and just let God, you know, let God do what he's supposed to do in your life. Stop trying to fight it. Stop trying to live upstream. Stop trying to, you know, go with the flow. Go with the flow, guys. Life is but a dream, you know? And the funny thing is that like whenever I do dream, I don't ever feel fear. So why should I wake up in this dream world and then be scared? Okay? So in that, guys, I say I love you forever. Check me out. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Spotify. I'm on KDP, Amazon. My book's for sale. I'm on Patreon, guys. Let's get to it. Gonna be doing a lot more exclusive content on Patreon. That's going to be more along the lines of love and sex and magic. All the things that we can't talk about on this platform, okay? So that's where I'll be having my library for sale as well too, guys. My hidden knowledge library. You guys will be able to get a chance. You'll be able to get a chance and access to everything that I've been reading and everything that I've been working on that has helped me transform my life for the better. Okay, guys? Until next time, yo, play a partner from the East Coast, True Hagobi. Talking to you soon, guys. Peace.